Level 1. You wake to an inbox full of requests. A calendar that looks like a firing squad. A to-do list that keeps breeding. You buy a new phone. It lasts 2 years. You buy a new jacket. It lasts 1 season. You buy a streaming service. It costs a little every month. You buy things to feel like you're solving the problem. But the real debt sits in hours. Hours lost to errands. Hours buried under busy work. Hours that could have been stillness, creation, presence. What if you could buy back those hours? Not a gadget, not another subscription. Real time. Trade money for minutes. Reclaim your life. That's the question. That's the promise. And it starts here. You are the experiment. You are the protagonist. You decide. You spend. On what matters. On what returns life. On freedom. Level 2. You hatch a plan. You map the drain. What eats your time? Commuting. Household chores. Admin tasks. Small decisions that sap energy. You measure minutes like currency. You assign a price. How much is 1 hour worth to you? $20? $50? $200? That number changes everything. If an hour is worth $50, then a 2-hour chore costs $100. You begin to see choices as investments. You can do the chore. Or you can buy the hour back. Hire a cleaner. Order meal kits. Schedule grocery delivery. Automate bill payments. Outsource the grind. Each purchase is a tiny rescue mission. Each dollar buys a sliver of reclaimed time. It adds up. Days become weekends. Waking up earlier stops being a necessity. It becomes a luxury you can afford. Level 3. This is not pampering. This is strategy. You trade money for leverage. You free cognitive load. You offload low-value tasks. You protect the high-value ones. You create space to think. Space to build. Space to love. But the choices are moral and political too. Who does the work you pay for? Under what conditions? Is buying time worsening inequality? Can time be purchased without exploitation? You look for better models. You choose services that treat workers fairly. You support small businesses. You pay extra for dignity. You demand transparency. You begin to think beyond convenience. You design a system that buys time responsibly. Level 4. There are alternatives. Time banking. A neighborhood exchange. You trade 2 hours of dog walking for 3 hours of piano lessons. No cash necessary. You build local resilience. You invest social capital. Then there's subscription labor. Memberships that promise a buffer. Concierge doctors. On-demand tutors. Virtual assistants. They smooth friction. They buy you consistency. You try micro-automation. Scripts and shortcuts. Smart home routines. A single app that orders your groceries when you run low. Automation becomes your silent assistant. It works at 2 a.m. It removes the need to remember. Level 5. Now imagine policy. Imagine a society where time is a visible metric. Where employers measure not hours worked, but hours enabled. Flexible schedules that reward output, not presence. Universal services that reduce household time poverty. Public laundromats with childcare. Reliable, affordable transit reducing commute waste. A basic time dividend. Credits that let you buy care when needed. A marketplace regulated to prevent exploitation. You see a future where money buys dignity and time buys mobility. Collective systems that put hours back into people's hands. You can argue the math. You can design the safeguards. But the core idea lands simple and profound. Time is the scarce resource. It's the one commodity we cannot create. Only borrow or lose. Level 6. You decide to test it. A 30-day experiment. You assign a budget. You outsource everything under $20 an hour. You automate recurring drains. You join a time bank. You swap skills with neighbors. Day 1. You hire a cleaner. You breathe more deeply than you remember. Day 3. Meal kits arrive. Dinner is done by thought. You spend the evening writing. Day 7. You outsource admin tasks. No more bill battles. No more password purgatory. By week 2, the pattern flips. You're not buying laziness. You're buying capacity. Your best work surfaces. Long-held projects get daylight. You're less reactive. You make fewer impulsive purchases. You sleep better. You notice small luxuries. A slow coffee. A long conversation. You become present. The experiment feels like theft, in the best way. You've stolen hours back from a life that thought they owned you. Level 7. Now the stakes sharpen. Not everyone can afford to buy time. This is the tension at the heart of the idea. You need systems that level the field. You advocate. You vote. You donate hours. You mentor someone in your community. You create a micro co-op. You build platforms where time credits flow. You design businesses that share upside. You make buying time an act of collective care. You reframe consumption, not as accumulation, but as allocation. Where will you allocate your money? To things that impress others? Or to hours that transform you? You hold the power. Every checkout is a vote. Every subscription is a small revolution. You can keep buying objects to fill emptiness. Or you can buy minutes to build meaning. Finale. You stand at a counter. On the left, a cart overflowing with stuff. On the right, a clock, heavy and luminous. You reach out. Which will you pick? You close your eyes. You breathe. You think about the person you want to be 5 years from now. You imagine an afternoon with no obligations. A morning with your kid. A project finished with care. You open your eyes. You buy the clock. You begin trading money for hours. Slowly, deliberately. You are not escaping responsibility. You are reshaping life. You are creating margin. You are reclaiming the narrative. This is the new currency. This is the radical act of choosing time over things. End note. Start small. Map your drains. Give the experiment 30 days. Measure reclaimed hours. Adjust. Ask for fairness. Share your gains. Turn the private act into public good. The world will not change overnight. But a life can change in 30 days. You are not buying luxury. You are buying the most democratic wealth there is, more time to be alive. Choose the clock.